I have been feeling a little bit behind on life lately. We recently took a trip, plus it was my kids' school vacation week, and we had Easter. So my house is not quite put back together yet, and now that we've entered a new month, I feel like I need to get it all reset. So let's do some cleaning, decluttering, and organizing today for the month ahead, starting with clearing off the shelves in my kitchen, taking down the Easter decor, and watering my poor plant that was definitely feeling a little bit dehydrated. There is something about hitting the first of the month that is so motivating to me, especially the 1st of May, because it means we are inching closer to summertime, which is my family's favorite time of year. But also a new month just feels like a clean slate in a way. It can be a chance to set new goals or routines. It also brings in seasonal changes, so the vibes and the energy can feel different and you have new events and things to look forward to. But my personal favorite way to ring in a new month is to get caught up in my house. A clean and clutter-free space can sort of mirror that fresh start energy of a new month. It can feel symbolic of letting go of the old and allowing space for the new. And of course, it's proven to improve your focus and your mood when you have a tidy environment, which is a great way to start off a new month. You guys already know I have a collection of papers I need to go through sitting on my counter. This is just who I am as a person. So we're going to do our weekly go through of it all, get rid of the things we don't need, pay any bills that might have landed in this pile, make any phone calls we have to make, which, for example, I actually need to get new tires on my car, which is the worst way to spend $1,000 in my opinion. And I also need to get our kitten spayed this coming month, so I had to take care of making those calls, getting those things set up while I was sorting through this paperwork. It's probably going to be an expensive month, unfortunately, between those two things. I love to change up my seasonal decor on these shelves. I don't like anything to feel too cluttered, so I try to keep it simple, but one of my favorite ways to decorate these right now is by switching out the picture in the frame. I've had so many professional photos done of my children over the years, so I like to print out a new seasonal photo to display in this picture frame as often as I can. I've had this photo printer for about a year now, and it's been such a nice thing to have. It prints high quality photos super fast, and you'd be surprised how many times this has come in handy. It's by the brand Lean, which is spelled Liene, and they sell them on Amazon. I'll try to remember to link it in my description. Easily the hardest room for me to keep clean in my house is my son's room, my oldest son. He just has like 25,000 stuffed animals on his bed at all times, so it makes making his bed pretty difficult for me, honestly, but I really wanted to take his bed apart so I could wash his sheets today and replace them with new ones. I also wanted to grab all of his dirty laundry out of his room and just get his room cleaned up a little bit and put back together. I always get this comment, so I figured I would just mention it here. Yes, my son does clean his own room, but it is good also for me to go in at least once a month to make sure I do a full reset of his space. I am his mom. At the end of the day, it is my job to make sure that my kids have clean and tidy rooms. And yes, they have their own responsibilities and their own chores and their own things that they have to do, but it's totally okay for mom to want to do it every now and then. While I'm working on these projects around my house, my newest cleaning buddy is taking one thing off my plate: my floors. We have 4 cats and 2 kids, so there is no shortage of messes on our floors, and especially during the rainy spring season, even with taking our shoes off by the door, the dirt and mud makes its way around the house, and my Ecovacs Dbot X9 Pro Omni cleans it all up for me. This robot vacuum has so many amazing features that take cleaning performance to the next level, and I'm excited to share all that it has to offer today. This machine is so smart and thoughtful, so you don't have to be. You can just set it up and let your Dbot X9 Pro Omni do the thinking. You, of course, want your vacuum to be powerful, and the Dbot X9 Pro Omni is. It incorporates blast boosted large airflow suction technology, which delivers 16,600 PA ultra powerful suction for superior dirt and debris removal. Not only is this excellent for hard floor cleaning, but it is especially great for your carpets. This robot will clean up all your dust and debris quickly and leave nothing behind, and without any tangles. For those of you with pets, or if you have long hair yourself, just look at how easily this vacuum glides over the fur. Every other vacuum I've ever had gets tangled so easily, and there's nothing worse than trying to cut the hairs out and clean a yucky vacuum. But the Dbot X9 Pro Omni features Zero Tangle 3.0 technology on both the main and side brushes, so you don't have to worry about that. Of course, this robot mops as well, and unlike conventional mopping systems that just reuse dirty water, this robot features an Osmo roller mop system that actually continuously washes itself during operation to give you a more hygienic and effective clean. Plus, this style of roller is much more effective than a traditional dual disc roller system on other robot vacuums. For example, it can clean up a wet mess in one go without spreading it around. The Osmo roller applies 16 times downward pressure with edge-to-edge coverage, even getting into corners and along curved baseboards. And if you have both carpets and hard floors, the triple lift system intelligently lifts the mop on carpets and will retract the brushes when it goes over spills. So you can rest assured all your floors will be cleaned the right way with no effort on your part. It knows exactly when to avoid carpets, when to lift over spills, and when it needs to scrub extra hard, like over sticky dried up juice. It won't smear your messes, it'll just clean them every time. You can see here demonstrated the side brush extends for dry mess cleaning and retracts and lowers the mop when the Dbot detects a wet mess. The Dbot X9 Pro Omni also features intelligent sensors and advanced AI to recognize floor types, obstacles, and objects with precision. It won't suck up your cords or your kids' socks they've thrown on the floor, so you can focus on other things without feeling like you need to babysit your vacuum. It also has a low profile at 98 millimeters, so it can fit underneath furniture and make sure it's getting all the spots that you may be missing when you clean manually. You can also save time maintaining your robot because your all-in-one Omni base station takes care of it for you. It handles mop washing, drying, dustbin emptying, and self-cleaning for a hands-free and hygienic experience. Something that's really important to me is the hot air drying feature. Drying the mop with hot air helps prevent odor and mold in the mop. I've had some negative experiences in the past with stinky, musty odors coming from a vacuum, and I love that I don't have to worry about that with this one. It's time to simplify your cleaning routine and take this big chore off your plate. Instead of spending all your time vacuuming and scrubbing your floors, you can spend your time doing the things that you enjoy. And the Dbot X9 Pro Omni is definitely worth the investment, so be sure to pick one up today using my link in my description box down below. You could see my soul leaving my body a little bit when I was looking at the mess on his dresser and just dreading having to go through it all and clean it up. This area is such a catch-all for him, and he is lacking storage space in his room for a lot of things these days because his sports card and Pokemon card collection has gotten really out of hand. But I'm happy to report that after I cleaned his room on this day, I did have a long conversation with him about that and about how he should go through his cards and really just keep the ones that he absolutely loves and not have... Like, I'm telling you guys, he's probably got like 12 boxes in his room full of cards that he never looks at. So he did actually go through them that night. He felt very motivated by it, and he was able to clear out a whole drawer of sports cards, and that made me so happy as someone who loves to declutter. He can have a really hard time with that. My son loves to keep everything. Like, he will keep trash if I allow him to. He just doesn't like to get rid of things, which is so funny because I'm the polar opposite. I am not one to force him to get rid of things, so his sports card collection, I've definitely allowed it to grow. I've allowed him to keep things because at the end of the day, they're not my things, and he's allowed to keep things that are important to him, and they are important to him. Just because they're not valuable to me does not mean they're not valuable to him. So I just have allowed the collection to go on, but I'm really glad that we ended up having that conversation and he was able to clear out some of it because, like I said, it was definitely getting out of hand.
Didn't think I'd climb so high. Never thought I'd have it all. Floating somewhere in the sky. And I don't think I'll ever fall. Hold on, don't let go of me yet. Don't want it to end, just stay right here. Hold on, don't let this slip away. 'Cause I don't know anybody quite like you. You can lift me up, and the truth is I'm falling. I'll be there till I'm gone. I don't need anybody, only you. You can lift me up, and the truth is I'm falling. Oh, 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 oh. I'll be there till I'm gone.
Okay, this is what I mean when I say my kid keeps everything. These are all empty wrappers from Pokemon cards. Literally all of them. Like, he will keep trash if I let him. I always get questions about these drawers whenever I show them. They're labeled Monday through Friday. And I actually initially got these so that I could organize his school clothes for the week, so I could set them all out for him for the week ahead, and we would just have an easier morning getting ready in the mornings. But over time, they've become like a knick-knack storage type of thing for him. He just really likes to use them to store his own things. So I think eventually I'll probably just remove the vinyl that's on the front of them and he can use them for whatever he wants, because he really does like them, but they're definitely not being used for the purpose they were originally intended for.
You can lift me up, and the truth is I'm falling. Oh, 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 oh. I'll be there till I'm gone. 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 I don't know anybody quite like you. You can lift me up.
Okay, so the next thing I know I want to do is go through the kids' Easter baskets to get things put away where they belong. So I grabbed both of those, but we just got back. I grabbed Sutton from preschool. We have like maybe an hour before we have to leave to go grab Carson, and honestly, like, today is so beautiful outside. It's 78 degrees and sunny with like a little breeze, and it's perfect. So we'll probably leave a little early so we can get more of a walk in and like maybe go to the playground or something before we grab him. So I don't have a lot of time, and I also feel so unmotivated. And I just feel so unmotivated. I don't know if any other moms feel like this, but when my kids are around, or just when anyone is home at all, if my husband's here and my kids aren't here, or if I have one kid, or if I have both kids, or whatever, I have zero motivation. The only time I ever want to do anything is when I'm completely alone. Anyway, if you guys could hear me over all the screaming from my toddler, yeah, if anyone's here, I have zero motivation. And also when it's a nice day, like, I just want to go outside. I don't want to do anything. We'll see what I'm able to get done in the next 45 minutes. My house is relatively clean right now, actually. I'm mostly caught up on things. I think part of my lack of motivation is the fact that I am running out of things to do with this house, and we need to move so badly so that I have not only a bigger house, but also some new, fresh content for you. I'm feeling so bored here. So one thing I definitely have to do is clean the window tracks around the house. I truly don't know how they get so dirty. I clean them every single year, and then like maybe a couple weeks later, they're filthy again. I don't get it. So that's a project I should really get done, but we'll see what I'm able to do today. This ended up being a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So here's your reminder: if you have some silly little chore that you just keep walking by and not doing because you think it's going to be a pain in the butt, just do it, because it's probably not going to be as bad as you think it is in your head, and you're going to feel so much better after it's done. As soon as my toddler saw me going through these Easter baskets, he just had to get involved. He loved Easter. I honestly think it might have been his favorite holiday yet. He was obsessed with Easter egg hunting, and actually that night he brought all of his Easter eggs with him to bed. And then we left the next morning for North Carolina, and he brought all of his Easter eggs for the road trip too. It was so funny. My motivation was just going out the window faster and faster as this day went on. So we're just going to do a couple more things before we go ahead and switch to the next day. Sometimes you just have to listen to your body, and you have to slow down and rest and allow yourself to have a little bit of a break. And that's what I ended up doing on this day. So we're going to put away all of the winter coats that we're hanging up, since hopefully we aren't going to need those anymore this season. And then after that, I had a little project to do. My cats have been getting into our closet where their food is. They rip open their dry food bags and have like a free-for-all all night long. And two of my cats are pretty overweight, and one of them has kidney disease, so he's on a special food, and then the other one is a kitten, so she shouldn't be eating their food. And so it was just becoming a mess. So I had to come up with a solution. So I grabbed these dry food storage containers off of Amazon. These actually were a lot smaller than I was expecting them to be, so I might order a couple of bigger ones, but these work. And now my cats are not able to get into their food and just have a free-for-all all night long because they're in these nice storage containers. So I'm really glad I went ahead and bought these. Moving on to the next day, we are going to work on getting caught up on laundry. I swear I've been working on getting caught up on laundry for the past week now, since we got home from our trip. When we were down there, we were kind of combining everybody's laundry into like one trash bag. So it made doing the laundry really difficult for me, since typically I do everybody's separate. So I wanted to finally go through all of the laundry and get everybody's into their own piles and put back where it belongs in our own spaces, instead of having everything all mixed up in one clean laundry basket. But while we're on the topic of laundry, I would love to know how it's done in your home. So I know a lot of people will do all of their laundry separate. Some families will do everybody's laundry together. Some families separate everything by color instead of by person. I usually just do everybody's laundry separate. Sometimes when I'm washing clothes, I will separate the lights from the darks, but I don't always, honestly. And I really haven't had too much of an issue with that. But I know that will probably appall some people who definitely take keeping the colors separate much more seriously than I do. So while I'm folding this, I'm just curious what your system looks like in your home, and should I start separating my colors a little bit more? I don't know. Maybe, but again, so far I have not had any issue with it. But I think that if we do find a home that has first floor or laundry on the same floor as the bedrooms, it might be easier for me to do that. But with basement laundry, I just do the best that I can, and sometimes the best that I can do is just throwing all the laundry in at the same time and letting go of the rest.
I've never been
You guys might remember this from last year. My favorite way to clean my window tracks is by climbing onto my countertops and using my faucet to clean them off. So we're gonna do that for this one. But first of all, this is what it's looking like. Disgusting. Ooh. And here's after, so much better. When I am cleaning the window tracks in my house, because this is a job that I absolutely dread, I typically take it pretty slow, so I'll just do one space at a time. So today I focused on the one above my sink in my kitchen, and then I'm doing this one by our slider. Now this one I definitely don't expect to stay clean for very long because we are in and out of this door all the time. But it is super satisfying when I do get this done and it looks nice and clean. It's always nice for those couple of days before it's likely going to be disgusting again. I have found that the best way to do this is to just vacuum up as much of the dry debris first and then go in and try to wipe it out, and I'll just kind of keep rotating between the vacuum and a wet cloth until eventually it's completely clean. But in this case, I also ended up having to use one of my little scrubber brushes to get into a corner that I couldn't reach otherwise. But overall, I did not have too much difficulty doing this, and I'm glad that I got it done. But once we finish here, that is going to be the end of this week's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and you're having a good day so far and all the things. I hope this motivated you. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. I typically try to upload on Wednesdays, but these days it could be Wednesday, it could be Friday, it could be Sunday. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. But you can typically look forward to at least 1 or 2 videos a week from me, and hopefully they help you to get motivated in your own home and clean and declutter your space. But again, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again next week for another video.